Alrighty, here is my Module 1 personal introductory video. My name is Sabrina Patrick. More newly, I am Sabrina Feister. I was actually able to get married just before all of the COVID stuff happened, so my last day at work was actually like March 6th. So I am very eager to get back here in August. So like I said, we live here in Lindsborg, Kansas with our 10-year-old yellow lab named Hooch. We were able to get married kind of right before all of the limitings were really enforced. I'd say maybe about 40 to 50 people didn't come to our wedding just because of the kind of scare and stuff, which I totally respect. And I probably wouldn't have encouraged myself. So I am a second grade teacher here in Salina, Kansas. This upcoming August will be my 4th year as a teacher for the district, and I am really enjoying it. For half a year right out of college, I started up in 5th grade, and I am enjoying 2nd grade much more. So my husband, Alex, he is a farmer or a diesel mechanic. So right now he is really busy and thankfully was able to continue to stay busy through all of that. And yeah. So right now we are full up and ready for harvest as long as it won't rain. And we've been baling and cutting hay and stacking hay. And last year there were 5 cuttings of hay. So we'll see what this year brings. Due to everything kind of going on the last few months, I haven't really been able to change any of my stuff legally quite yet. So on the course, I just kind of keep myself as Sabrina Patrick. So I have taught, like I said, for 4 years with the data. So I am continuing to learn. So that kind of brings me into where I want myself as an educator to be in the future. I do have a goal of becoming a reading specialist. However, I do want the more experience underneath my belt before I try to go for a position that is heavily leaned on by so many. Before I do want to apply to become a reading specialist, I would like to get a few more years, even in a different grade. That is also required to do the state testing. As I teach in 2nd grade, the state assessments aren't something that we see quite yet. So just more experience in another grade, maybe 3rd grade, maybe 5th grade. I don't know. I really liked all. So and then there's times that I think about becoming a kindergarten teacher. So I think any experience, and while I'm still thinking about wanting to continue just to be in the teacher role, I will. And then whenever I'm kind of feeling more of a calling for something higher, I sure will give it my best shot. This upcoming May, I will finish all of my graduate courses and be completed with the reading specialist program, which is really exciting to me. There are many educators that I really admire at my building, thankfully. Everybody is pretty positive and pretty upbeat, even when there's so much going on. So for now, I'm going to continue where I am and continue learning and being a sponge and being a positive uplifter, and just continue to push myself personally as well as professionally. So now for my critical reflection. So I've kind of divided it up. I compared my own school, which is called Sunset Elementary, to the district. And the reason I did that is because we have 8 elementary schools, 2 middle schools, 2 high schools. So oftentimes when we compare data, we are comparing our school comparative to other schools, compared to the district. So at times that can be kind of frustrating because in a bigger district we do have higher turnover. So sometimes there are very many variables that we just don't know. Or being a bigger district, there are times too that we often switch curriculum. So there again with especially when we're measuring test scores and things, it's really hard to know sometimes, and that's often a conversation that comes up. So I'm sure like many of you, we have once a week a PLC and time to collaborate as a grade level. We do have very scripted ELA lessons that keep all 8 elementary schools kind of unified. And so that can be sometimes a part when I am critical of giving myself a reflection, or my school or the district a reflection, and how we use data to kind of continue to move forward. So from the district, like I said, that is something that you just have to know what you're getting yourself into, and just roll with it. So my personal knowledge of data, our ELA coach as well as math coach spend a lot of time looking at which questions are answered correctly from assessments or incorrectly, and we address as a grade level before moving on. There are times I do find myself frustrated. Of course, I'm human, but I remind myself that I need to ask a question and stay posed into the information and dig myself deeper as to why we are wanting to look at it, or before, especially for my kids. So there are times too that I am wanting to enhance my own knowledge of data. I have spent a lot of time with our ELA as well as math coach and even principal too, to get to know a little bit more about the curriculum and what I'm being asked. Sometimes I feel like if you don't ask questions, you're never going to learn, especially being a part of a bigger district. So I hope that you enjoyed getting to learn a little bit about me, and I am excited to continue working in this course.